the major come alive. He said, well, I don't accept that. He said, why can't America and the British accept the fact that we are not in any hoodlums or...
Right. You're allies.
And,
Shit.
well, he said, I don't know, but he said, I'll have to get some orders. And I said, how long will that take? Oh, he said, I can be back here in 10 minutes. So he got the orders that I was okay, and he gave me a number. I'll never forget that. And I said, don't lose that number, Major. I said, that's going to give us permission to approach this airport. Okay, he said, I'll handle it. So we come back from Cairo. Oh,
I was gonna say now. I got to hear this. Don't skip that part.
Getting to Cairo is a little...
Are you flying your plane?
Oh yeah, the plane's running fine.
Is she with you?
She's with me. In fact, Price is the one.
Who fixed the plane?
The Price.
Brits.
Tech sergeant.
Oh, okay, because he had his pocket.
He's responsible.
Yeah.
So
You plane mechanic.
the major said, Duke says, how in the hell do you know what direction to go? I said, the Nile River flows right down from Alexandria to Cairo. And I said, if I stay on that river, I can't go wrong.
That's right.
He said, good idea.
Because you're already in Alexandria and you're going to Cairo.
Yeah, just follow the river.
Just follow the river.
So there was a captain by the name of Gloss, and he was a
Pilot?
no. Well, he was a pilot for the fighters, but he was a camera fanatic, and he wanted to see those pyramids.
You want pictures.
Okay.
And I said, well, what the hell was his first name? Anyway, I said, well, all you're going to be able to get from me is I'll have to go through them pyramids like this. And you'll have to be in the goddamn bombardier nose to take your damn pictures. You want to stay there? You know, if you're in the nose, you're
Oh, yeah, you're the first one there.
You're exposed.
You're like,
You're like a bug on a windshield.
Yeah, you're like a bug on a windshield.
So he said, shit, I'll take care of that. And I said, okay. I said, as long as you want to go see the pyramids, we'll go see the pyramids. So this girl...
Had you ever seen the pyramids?
No, I never. Well,
you didn't care.
No. Shit, no.
But you wanted to give them a good time.
Well, I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
I was the pilot.
Okay.
That was my assignment. And the girl, I don't know what happened while we were gone, but she stayed on the ground. Well, I told her, I said, there's going to be some maneuvering.
And you might get...
And, well, you might get killed.
Oh.
Well, I said
Not,
it just
you were talking about nausea. You were talking about killed.
Killed. And well, she said, I think I'll sit this one out. She said, trust you, but...
I think I'll sit this one out. I'm thinking he's talking about nausea. He's talking about you could get killed.
Yeah.
She goes, I think I'll sit this one out.
So, the major wanted to see that too. He was a kind of a camera. He's still living.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was at the last
Reunion?
reunion.
Duke.
Was this Duke?
Hearsay.
What's
Well, I get books. Who was there?
Yeah, but what was your major's name?
Duke Ellington.
Duke Ellington. And he graduated
Duke
with
Ellington?
Freddie. Well, he wasn't
Not
a
the
musical
actor.
guy. He was.
Okay.
Just happened to be that name.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said, I don't know if I want to go with that.
Sit this one out.
Well, I said, that seat's either full or empty. Take your pick.
I'm going with it.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
You're in a bomber, right?
I'm in the B-25.
Are they as maneuverable, Dad, as your
No.
fighter?
Well,
Not as a fighter.
That's
no,
what I'm
but-
thinking. Isn't it harder to fly a
Well,
bomber?
they're bigger.
They're bigger,
They're
and they
just
don't
bigger.
maneuver as
They're
well.
kinda-
Because Dad's fighter would like.
you can do loops on them.
Oh, you could
I
with
did
a bomber?
that. I
Okay.
did that. B-25. Yeah.
Okay.
You get them diving down about 400 mile an hour, and then you can got a lot of speed.
You wouldn't pull the wings off them?
Yeah.
You would? Okay.
Them goddamn military planes were tough.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we went out there. There they were, them 3 goddamn pyramids, and that Sphinx was over here on a pedestal. And he took a picture of that, and oh shit, he gave me a copy of it. That's something that was in my duffel bag when I come back.
Oh, really?
All that stuff was in there.
I wonder where that is.
No.
Well, I'd like to have that.
B4, I had a B4 jacket that all was
Leather.
pure, no, rabbit fur.
Yeah, the collar.
Oh, the collar. Yeah.
But the
Everything else was
with
leather,
rabbit
yeah.
Collar,
yeah.
all those insignias all over.
Oh,
Son
God,
of a bitch,
yeah.
and jacket
That's
was
something
worth
worth some money. Now.
I mean,
$500.
no, Dad.
Oh,
Several thousand.
on Pawn Stars, that movie on the History Channel.
Yeah.
On Pawn, you've heard of that?
Your
Pawn
jacket
Stars?
that you wore.
People bring in these old military jackets from fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, pilots.
They pay them $2,000-3,000 for these
Dad,
jackets.
more than that.
I mean,
I had 2
that's
of them.
history, you know.
I had 2 of them. One of them I brought in a carry-on. And I had that, and all those clothes hanging in the
Newberry?
greenhouse.
Really?
Greenhouse in
Yeah.
Newberry.
Oh my God, I'd like to have that stuff.
Yeah.
It's all gone now, but who knows where it is.
Rummage sale, whatever.
But
Jeez.
now when I come back, everything worked good.
No, wait a minute. You went too quick. So you never
you
talked
looked at-
about flying through the pyramids.
Well, we did.
Yeah, took the pictures and
They took the pictures.
You had no trouble getting through there? Flying, maneuvering through there?
No, I was,
You were pretty good.
you gotta
Okay.
remember he was what, 25 then?
no.
No, 21 or 2.
Yeah, 21.
Well, so you're full of piss and vinegar. Then.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't have that much experience.
Oh,
yeah,
quite a bit.
How many missions, Dad?
117.
That's quite a bit.
Not at this point.
Yeah.
Because you had more missions after this guy.
No, not much.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was given this
This
job.
respect. Okay.
Because
Why you were able
my
to talk to
tour
a
was
major.
over.
Oh, your tour was okay.
and
Dad, do you know if you would have stayed in?
Oh, shit, he'd been flying jets.
Oh, God.
Well,
Jets,
I-
but
my
he'd have been
Jets
a
were just starting to...
he'd have been in Korea, but he might not have survived. Now
That's
we got to
right.
think about that because he would have gone through
Well,
Korea.
the war was over when he left.
But he was
No,
young.
but
He was young,
Korea was
Next.
started right after.
Yeah.
and then he'd have done
Vietnam
Vietnam.
started right
He'd
after.
have, he'd have been a
Yeah, but you've been
commander.
flying jets.
He'd have been a commander in Vietnam. No, he'd have been a commander in Vietnam
Right,
because he'd have been in his late 40s, early
he'd have been a-
50s.
Yeah, he'd have been a commander.
but
of
now-
some
now-
fighter
now-
group.
Now Korea, he'd have been very active.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was 10 years. Paul
I
was
flew an F-80, a jet,
Because jets were just
starting to come out.
an F-80,
Yeah.
shooting star.
Man, I mean, that had to be fun.
Because there was 10 years between him and
I mean,
Paul. So when Paul was 17, 18, Korea, Dad would have been 27 years old.
Yeah, so
in
he'd
Korea.
still been
He'd still be young and healthy and
Piss and
flying.
He'd
vinegar.
been flying.
Yeah. And then, okay, so that's 33, 43, 53, 63, 73, another 20. Yeah, so we were talking Vietnam.
Well, that was in the
47.
60s.
Dad would have been young 40s, mid 40s. He still might have been flying if he'd have stayed in.
That depends.
For Vietnam.
no.
You'd only
No.
been mid 40s though,
You know
Dad.
what they'd have done.
He'd have been
I
some
think after
commander.
100, I think after 1,000 hours
They put you on the
of a
ground.
fighter, they make you stay in the ground.
Okay. But you'd have been a commander of some type. Logistically.
But,
Logistics.
And you know, they had small planes over there in Vietnam.
yeah,
Oh,
they,
yeah, the Piper Cubs.
They had, they had prop planes. And they had some old prop fighter planes.
They did.
Oh, yes.
oh, they did have the
P-51s.
They used them for a lot of reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they could fly slow enough with cameras to, get some.
Right.
But the son of the
Now,
bitches,
Bill,
they're
you
down
were
low.
in
They
and
would
out-
they would take fire.
You
But then
didn't-
they knew we're
You didn't do any flight training. You were in
No.
Vietnam, but you
I
were
was
too
just
young and
infantry.
you were just a baby.
was drafted, so it was just
Yeah,
infantry.
so because you probably would have enjoyed being a pilot.
Oh, I would probably would have
You might.
if I'd have
It was
known.
been a different experience.
If I'd have
then.
known,
Yeah, it was a different experience.
I could have.
I would have.
I could have handled that.
you
but I
could have,
wasn't
if
home
not
yet.
been.
If I knew I
infantry-
was going to end up being drafted there,
Yeah, if you had
if I could do it over, I would have
Life-
joined
yes,
and gotten the aircraft,
and been a yes.
and then flew
and you would
over
have
there,
been
and it would have
flown.
been fun.
Oh yeah, because I mean you were nothing but a bullet stopper in infantry
Yeah, that's all.
That's exactly right.
That's all you were.
versus being a pilot.
Right.
You know,
Because the
Some
Viet-
of them guys.
But that's true. But the Vietnam pilots today
Yeah.
are the 50-year-old commercial pilots making 200 and 300
There you
grand
go.
flying for Delta,
When
American.
when those jet jockeys come home,
Yeah,
they got a job with United, or
correct.
Delta.
Because they had all
I
the
tried
hours.
I tried to get in the airline,
He said he tried to get in the airlines.
and three airlines were interested, being that I was a pilot.
Right.
But they said, "What did you fly?" I said, "Fighters." "What kind of a fighter?" P-47. He said, "I'm sorry." But he said, "You might slow roll that."
Really?
That passenger
But you,
flight.
if you had a lot, you did fly bombers. If you
A lot of
If
bombers.
you'd have said I was a bomber.
If
flight-
I'd insisted, I
Yeah,
could
he
have got
could
it.
have.
Oh, but
He
you-
could have
okay.
got it.
But you got the dealership.
I'm sure a lot of bomber
He
pilots
got the GM
got
dealership,
on the-
got out,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
got
That's
on
the hell of
airline.
it. See, I got too many other offers.
You had other options, and you left the military.
Yeah.
But I used to be amazed.
So, Dad, if you had to think about all your military career, and which was short, because you were a young man, and then World War II ended, and you were still, you had what, 18 months?
I was overseas from 1943 December until May of 45.
Okay. Now, if you could remember, if you were asked, Raymond, we want to know your most memorable experience.
Getting shot down the Mediterranean.
What would it be?
Putting two planes in the Mediterranean.
I want to hear. Can you reenact that for me?
Yeah, it's nothing really to tell, but
How did it go down? What hit it? Flat?
Dad, tell me, weren't you were hit? Were you scared?
All right, on a mission, you fly other people to the mission, to the target. That was my job. We got the target, and what it was, I don't remember. But I took some small arms fire, and they got my oil line.
Now, who's they? It was the
They,
Germans?
the Germans.
Okay.
And when they shoot your oil line, oil drains out,
Yeah,
and then your engine's
engine's
stops.
gonna stop
Yeah,
because
right,
it's
right.
gonna lock
So
up.
you know ahead of time. You got
It's gonna
some.
happen.
You got some warning.
You got about 2 minutes at the most.
Okay.
Well, it so happened I heard this noise in the cowling. And I said, shit, I bet you I'm hit. And normally it's an 88.
Now, do you have a pilot, a sub-pilot, or an assistant?
Wingman?
Wingman?
You
you're
mean
by
a
yourself.
co-pilot?
Are you by yourself in
No,
the
you're
plane?
by yourself.
You're
in a
by
fighter
yourself
pilot.
in the plane. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't
in
know.
a fighter.
And, well, then I get on the radio and I said, boys, I said, I don't want to take a chance. Well, my wingman at that time said, you are really smoking.
Streaming oil.
Yeah, like they show. in
Well,
the
the
movie.
burning, the oil was black. See?
Yeah.
Streaming
And he said, I'm pretty sure you're hit, Ray. And I said, well, then I'm going to go ahead for Genoa Harbor,
What's that, Dad?
That's in Italy?
Italy.
That's safe haven? Or?
Well, it is in a way. There's less men in the water than there is on land. And that's what I was after.
Was
Now-
it a German occupied place?
Jerk, what the hell is, the Germans were there.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you glide in, Or what are you gonna,
So
what's your
here
plan?
I am, I'm about 7,000 feet up,
Okay,
and I'm about 2 miles away.
okay.
So the goddamn P-47 is so heavy,
Well, it don't glide along.
it don't glide.
Oh, why
Not
is
like
it
a
so
little
You
heavy?
get
sus-
about
heavy,
four,
heavy.
you get about 4 miles every 2,000 feet.
It would glide like an airliner of today.
It's heavy,
Heavy.
okay.
Don't glide.
So here I am, looking down, here's the town, Genoa. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, shit, I don't know. I haven't been there.
You don't know what's going to happen when you get down there.
But I knew how to ditch that airplane. I was, taught. And the reality of ditching gave me one major thing I had to remember. When just before you stall out, you gotta jerk that stick back and get that tail down.
Yeah, get it
So the water don't get in the cowling
or you'll cut
and
it.
sink.
Oh, okay.
The great big cowling. Want to see the cowling on it?
Yeah, yeah, oh, okay, okay.
And if you hit nose, you're going to cartwheel,
Yeah, you're
It's
gonna
gonna
go
hurt
tail
you.
over.
and it's going to kill you.
So anyway,
Is that
that
the fighter that he had, or
that's the fighter.
That's the one.
Okay. That's a nice looking plane.
Raymond,
Huh?
I thought that Butch and Eileen were coming.
Honey, they said they tried to make it.
Oh, they tried it.
Wasn't
We're
that
having, hold on, come keep going. We're having a story here.
wasn't that Eileen on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
So Genoa Harbor is just like Escanaba. It's right on the edge of the water. So I glided out. I was still about 2,000 feet above it, over the town. So I'm gliding. I must have been out there a good 3 miles, maybe 2
out
miles.
in the water.
And I'm out there, and a P-47 will stay afloat about 2.5 minutes
Once you're down in the water.
once you're down, because water gets in that cowling regardless.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
And
gonna
once your tail section fills up with water, it's going to sink.
Okay. So you be, what do you do?
Underneath-
Does the glass open up?
Now, when I pull a thing like this, a cable, the canopy comes off.
Right, okay.
Well, I had that gone before I landed, before I hit
Before
the
you
water.
even hit the
hit the
water.
Before I hit the water. I got rid of that, so it wouldn't be in my
So
way.
you're exposed to the air.
Yeah, then I'm exposed.
You're about out, you're all strapped in.
And I'm strapped in, shoulder harness and seat belt.
Right, 3-point, yeah.
And underneath me is the parachute and a dinghy.
A dinghy.
Oh, they
They
Like
fold
an
it-
air,
airboat. Yeah.
And then when it goes out, when you throw that parachute out, the dinghy goes with it. And as soon as it hits,
it goes,
it
Airs up.
air too.
it
Those little
expands.
capsules.
Yeah.
Air,
It blows it up.
The pressure.
Well, shit, all we got to do is dive in it. Well, everything worked just like it's supposed to. But
Now
I
you're
get in
floating
the,
around out there.
But in the dinghy,
No, he's in the Mediterranean, right?
General
I
Highway.
had training.
Mediterranean?
I had training for that.
But where are you? What body of water?
Oh hell, just a lake. You mean in training?
No, in this when you were
Mediterranean
shot-
Sea.
The Mediterranean. Okay, that's what I thought.
And I'm in this damn dinghy, and it goes plunk, plunk, plunk,
Oh, they're shooting at you.
and then
No.
and there's a couple of young Germans, so got a couple of guns there, 88s.
Rifles or
They're trying to hit me.
yeah.
Shit.
Sure.
Damn.
When I tell this story,
He's going out further. Get out of range.
there's 2 pedals that strap to your arm.
For oars,
Bungee cars
To what now?
for oars.
paddles that you would so you could
So
carry
you can
them.
paddle on these.
Yeah, on
You'd
the
strap them
side.
to your arm so you could paddle.
Okay, give me more than what you got.
Yeah,
We've got.
right.
Okay.
But
Emergency
I never knew I could plane. A dinghy.
You were fast.
We gotta get out of range.
You were strong. He's by himself.
Well, I mean, that's what he's thinking.
I mean, my God, Billy.
You know, you
Think about
you
it.
kind of think back.
Well, if you get out further, they can't hit you.
Get out far enough, no.
No, they can't reach you.
Well, it's too inaccurate.
Yeah.
So,
So how'd you get picked up? A
well,
boat? The
there's
Navy, or-
right here's a little switch,
It sends out a
and
beacon.
it's got a PIF. That's
Yeah.
the name of it. The identification,
It's like the
information,
new herbs.
location,
Yeah.
and you turn it on, and anybody in the area, like the Navy, which are there,
Yeah, they're there.
they'll run a damn boat over there and pick you up.
It gets
I wasn't in the water, shit.
a blip.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't think I was in the water 15 minutes.
and they
Really?
found you
And
right
they
away.
found
Boy,
me.
you
You
were-
hit that switch. Now, Dad,
What?
didn't you tell me one
You were
time
lucky.
you were shot down? This is one of 3 times?
Well, no,
Twice.
twice.
Twice. Okay. Was one worse than the other?
Those, the second was really nice. I'll tell you about that. And so I'm trying to get out of there. Well,
Long time over there.
these damn. Well, what this boat was a destroyer escort.
Oh,
It had big guns on it.
yeah.
Well, hell, they'd shoot back.
Yeah.
Well, then the Germans would back off.
Then they'd say, we don't want none of that.
Right.
So they picked me up, and I got out of the water with a rope ladder.
Yeah, you climb up the net. Up into the Navy.
So I
boat.
climbed up the damn boat, or the destroyer escort, and I said, "Where am I going?" The guys that met me, boy, they were
Well, they're glad to see
they were
you.
like brothers.
Yeah.
They said, "Well, we got to get you to shore, and the only way we're going to get there is to go to Naples." So I went on the boat all the
So
way.
now
down
he's got another holiday.
Not another holiday. Naples.
And they
I'm Italian
they
way.
fed
Well, they
me.
feed just
Oh.
them Navy boys.
Hail.
Oh,
Them
shit.
Navy boys eat pretty good.
Spoiled
Oh, yeah.
him rotten, right?
Well, they just fed me like I was a king. Anyway, I got to Naples, and they had orders for me, and apparently when I arrived there,
Oh, they had orders for you.
the Navy boys had orders to give to me so I could give it to whoever met me at the gangplank.
And you worked your way back to your base.
Well, no, I didn't have to do that. So I get off at Naples in the harbor, and I stay overnight, and boy, you talk about treatment. Man, oh man. So all of a sudden, there's a loudspeaker on where it come from, I don't know, but they talk into it, bullhorn,
Yeah,
as
like
you
a
call it.
bullhorn. Yeah.
Hey, Captain Knopf, you are wanted in the dispensary. Well, the dispensary is the hospital.
Yeah.
And well, what they were going to do is check me out, my nerves and all this
Physical.
goddamn shit. And
Like whether you can go up.
I
again?
passed, of course. And the guy that came to get me flew the B-25 up to Naples, picked me up, and then back to flying.
Oh, he came and got you.
Yeah. Now the second one was about a month later.
Oh God!
Jeez.
A month later. Didn't you think, Dad? Didn't you
Did
think?
you think,
Okay.
oh, not
The
again?
first one went okay. This one's probably not going to go so good.
Well,
You
believe
don't get
it,
lucky twice.
believe it or not, Patty, there is and I don't know if it's probably still there or not, but there is what do you call these sandbars?
A
Sandbar.
reef or
3, 4, 5, 6 miles out from the shore.
Ooh,
There's a sandbar.
way out. It's a mountaintop.
Well, it's probably a heel from
bottom of the ocean
It's a
mountain.
mountaintop.
what do I want to say? Like a earthquake or something.
Volcano?
Okay,
Like
yeah,
a volcano.
Because, I mean, the ocean has,
And you know
Terrain,
that
just
plane stayed there when I left. That plane was still in the water.
Really?
Yeah.
because it
They
got
On the
hooked
second
on that, it got
did.
hooked on this.
I think they left it there and gave it to the Italians.
So now, wait a minute, back up. So now it's the second time and you're flying, and what
Yeah.
are you flying? Mission, what
Same
was your
thing.
mission? What was your mission? Were you fighting?
Fighting Germans.
You were actually shooting at the
Yeah,
time, and they
yeah.
hit you.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You started leaking oil.
Well, this one here, I'm still today wondering. I could move my stick any place.
Oh, you're not.
So one of the cables
Or
got
on,
shot.
yeah,
Oh.
And
lost
I
your,
couldn't, and
lost
direction.
control.
Yeah, and I use.
Boy,
Well,
it's a
now
wonder.
if you lose control, how'd
Now
you get the
it's- it's
plane
a
No wonder
back?
you didn't spiral
Yeah,
out.
exactly. How'd you keep from doing that? Dad?
Trim tabs.
Oh,
See, each
Yeah.
aileron has a little wing
You understand?
called a trim tab, and it's controllable on
With a wheel.
on a band, right? With the right wing's on here and the left wing's over here. You roll a button, and that'll make the plane do this, or this,
Mm-hmm.
or the had it on the rudder,
Rudder.
too, or this. So I steered it. It was going straight. Kept my speedometer about 120, so it wouldn't stall out. And I landed the damn thing, and
Still in the Mediterranean again?
I'm in the Mediterranean, and I'm not sinking.
Why not?
because you're on that
But then
diesel.
on that damn
Oh, because you're on
sandbar.
that sandbar.
Jesus,
Now, how'd you know to be on that sandbar?
I don't know.
Lucky.
The guy, lucky,
Right.
lucky.
Yeah,
Yes, right.
yeah.
He wasn't
Lucky.
that, because he knew that we still had to have Patty
Yeah,
and Billy and Mary and Jimmy and Michael.
but you know, there's one.
Oh, yeah.
There's just one time I'd like to tell you about. I was testing a P-47. I don't know if I told you, Bill. And I wanted to see how high it would go.
You did tell me that.
54,000 feet. I
Wow.
got that up.
So what'd you,
You
do?
could-
Just
you
keep
could see
stalling
that- you
until
could
he
Just keep
stalled it?
climbing.
You just keep flying until can't fly
So
no
what?
more.
You can't have
You
no
run out of
oxygen.
air.
Wide open throttle,
Not of air.
See, there's oxygen in that. He had oxygen in there.
right from the ground up.
Yeah. Those pilots had oxygen. They'd get pretty high
I was
sometimes.
going to say, how did the pilot?
Mask.
Okay,
But-
but the engine needs oxygen, doesn't? Don't
Right
they?
now, you're dealing not with a jet. You're dealing with a engine that needs air to breathe.
Right. It's like a piston thing,
It's
like
a
a
gas
car.
engine.
Right.
Yeah.
Now hold it, you guys are getting beyond this.
And
Okay.
and the air gets thin.
A piston engine needs air to go through a carburetor
To
Which
burn the fuel.
to burn the fuel.
Mix with the fuel.
Once that pressure isn't there, it can't suck any air, so it decreases its power because it needs more fuel.
You can
Because
only
it-
lean that son of a bitch out so far.
Well, the point is, you
Yeah.
can't adjust the mixture,
Well, you can to a point.
but you run out of air, what good is it? You're gonna flood.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can
Need
lean
the
it.
pressure of
you
the
can
air.
lean it as you're going
Yeah.
up. You lean it as you're
Pretty
going
soon it
up.
starts choking.
Pretty
on
soon
us.
you're,
That's-
you're
that's-
to
Soon it
the end of
backs
the
up.
dial. You're
Yeah.
to the end of the dial,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
still going up. You're going to flood.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what I was doing, and it was on a test hop, and it was simple. And
Now, why were you testing planes? Was this a new gig for you during your military career? That you
no, every pilot had the opportunity to test a plane.
just, okay.
And how we would have to test a plane, the plane would go in on a strafing run, and you get a hole in the wing, or a hole in the wing, or a hole in the cowling, they'd fix it, but that's when it stops. You fly that airplane on a test hop and put it through all its maneuvers
Right.
until you can prove that that's flyable.
Okay.
So it don't fall apart.
Okay.
Well, you see, you go down about 450, 500 mile an hour, there's a lot of pressure in that.
Well, you're diving at 400 miles an hour, and I'll pull it up. Can you imagine what kind of
The
pressure-
G's.
the G-force
Oh
on them
God,
wings?
I didn't think back then they even went that fast.
Oh, in a dive?
I'm thinking no. I'm thinking
You know
maybe
when you
200.
pull out, Patty,
wants
when
you.
you're going like this.
Just
I
to
thought
give you an-
250 was max velocity.
Oh,
for a while.
you'd get,
For a man. When
wouldn't you get
jump out of an airplane.
slipstreams? Wouldn't you get slipstreams off the end of your wings when
Oh,
you're?
the vapor trail.
Yeah.
Maximum velocity though for a man falling in the air.
Now you're
G-force?
talking about that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Jay when he used to jump out of an airplane.
Now hear me. A human being can last as long as he's got oxygen.
Right.
Yeah, but G's, there's a limit.
But-
Unless you got a G suit
because,
on.
because you got the
And now wait, they can fall because the thin air is up there. But as you decrease altitude,
You get more
you
air.
increase more air.
right.
See?
But go the other way.
Go the other way now.
Yeah, that's right.
Go forever.
Oh.
But
no.
You see where that guy?
Let's talk G's. You can go like this forever.
Did you see where that
But
guy?
when you pull back up, that's you know when you're in an airplane and they pull up and you feel like
Yeah, you're like,
like
whoa.
you're
Yeah.
shoved down the seat.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
it's
your
pressure,
body,
it's
your
pressure.
body without a G
Because
suit
all
on.
the blood flow, all the fluids
Goes
in you
down.
goes down.
Okay,
Gets it
now
out of your brain.
now,
and you pass out.
Yeah,
now wait,
Now if you got a G suit on,
that's different.
okay,
because you have pressure.
because it
it
holds
keeps
the
everything
blood
tight.
out.
Yeah.
But
Would
these
you
guys
believe-
didn't have G suits.
You have G
Yeah,
suits.
we had- I had-
Oh,
As-
did you?
Yeah,
Right
they had
there.
to have G suits.
Right there. Squeezes these veins.
Oh, okay.
Oh, gee, no.
Oh, I didn't know you
could
got.
breathe. We
I didn't know you had these.
Yeah.
They didn't have G suits. He said he squeezed in his veins.
Oh, you do it yourself.
You do it yourself?
Yeah, well, no.
You had G
It's
suits.
the pressure of the G's that force.
But did you have a G suit?
Yes.
Okay.
I was issued a G suit.
And you always
and would-
wore it.
Absolutely. Not knowing how high it would go.
Yeah, no,
Was this something you had to push a button to?
No,
I left
it,
well, no.
atmospheric pressure turned it on and off.
Makes sense, yeah.
And,
Okay, that's.
but G's, you know what a G is.
Yeah, the gravity.
It's gravity
the force
against the force.
Right.
Your car's high.
I don't think any human being ever passed 10.
10
Yeah.
G's.
10 G's.
Ray,
That's 10 times your weight.
Ray,
Oh, okay.
Ah,
why don't you come sit down in here now and visit?
Cause I'm getting stories.
he's getting notes.
Well, you're still getting more stories. Oh.
No, that's what G's are. It's 1 pound per pound of reverse
Uh huh.
gravity.
Wow. I can't imagine.
But
I know you lost some good friends, Dad, in the war, didn't you?
Oh, that plane, I'd like to have Billy listen to this.
Where'd he go?
On 54,000.
Where did Billy go?
Billy went out to do something to the car.
He'll be right
What
back.
I want to tell him about that plane took up 54,000 feet,
Uh huh.
and then I got into this dive.
Uh huh.
Well, it one way, I just, you see, you lose all control in that thin air.
Now
Here
you're
he
all done
comes.
remodeling inside of your house.
Billy?
Got your-
Did you guys put a new roof on this house recently?
No,
No,
Not since you've been.
no.
no.
Billy,
It looks nice. It looks new.
Billy, there's a story he'd like to tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna use that.
Okay.